Okay, so we're going to load the 50 cal today. Now this is a really fun cartridge to reload, to go shoot. It's just all around a lot of fun. This is basically what we're doing. So first thing we need to do, we need to size a case. So I'm going to take some cases, recently shot, and I'm going to lube the crap out of these suckers. Now this is a lot of brass to size, so I get a little liberal with the sizing lubricant. Basically what we're going to do, we're going to put that right here in our shelf holder, and we need to put our size die in. Now, this is an RCBS Big 50 reloader, I believe is what they call it. It's just basically a really big single stage press. So we're going to put our size die in. And we're going to size our case. Okay, pretty simple, right? Now, this has got lubricant all over it. It's kind of greasy, dirty. And so I'm going to put this in the tumbler, and I'm going to tumble it and make them really clean, really nice. But in interest of time, I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're going to go to one that's already been done. So this is one that's been tumbled, it's already been sized and deprimed, it's ready to go. One step that's important, and especially when you get into a big rifle like this, as you shoot it, that case is going to stretch, so you're going to need to trim your case. This is a Lyman AccuTrimmer, and it's set up for the 50 cal. And it's basically just a handheld trimmer. And I've already trimmed this case, so it's not taking off anything. But it's just going to cut that case down to the right length. The other thing that you're going to want to do is, this will leave a burr around the edge. You're going to want to deburr that. Just make it real smooth. You don't have chunks of metal end up in your barrel or down in the case or something like that. So basically this is now ready to go. We need to prime this case. To do that on this loader, we're going to remove our size die. And we have to use this little collet here. We're actually going to put our shell holder up in that collet. Okay, so now we can take our case that's ready to be primed, and now we're going to install our primer. And basically what this does is, this is just going to insert a primer into the bottom of our case. The primers that I like to use are a CCI number 35 primer. And it's just a really big primer. It's designed for the 50. And we set and press our primer into the case. And the thing to check with setting up your primer, you want this perfectly flush. And basically there's a little dial here that you dial up and down, and it'll seat that primer in or out, and you just want perfectly flush. You don't want to smash it too bad or set it in too far. You just want a nice perfectly flat base. Okay, so our next step is to seat our bullet. We have to put this back together the way it was. We're going to take the collet out, take our priming stem out, and put our shell holder back in the bottom. Now we're going to use our bullet seating and crimp die. And I already have that set up, so we're just going to screw that back down. Okay, and then the next step is to powder our case. Apply the powder charge. Okay, so now we're going to put powder in our cartridge. So I have already dispensed out 218 grains of powder. And we're just going to pour it right into our case. This is our case that we just primed. Now as far as powder, there's a couple of different things. I really like the Hodgdon H50 BMG. This one really works well with my Barnes X bullet, and that's typically what I load with that. When I'm doing a military surplus, kind of 50 cal on the down low, on the cheap, I use this military. This is a WC 872, and this is a surplus powder that's from pulled down ammunition, and it works really good for what we're doing today. So basically I'm going to take our case that we've powdered, and I'm going to chuck it up, and I'm going to seat my bullet. Okay, so now we've got a bullet in here. We're going to bring it up into the ram. We're going to seat and crimp that bullet in, and there you have it. There's a completed 50 cal round. Everything is pretty much the same as you start to get into accuracy. The things that you want to look for is establishing that run out, and once again, if you look, I believe it's on the 308 reloading that I have, it tells you how to test for your run out and lengthen your bullet according to your rifle. Every rifle is going to be different. And what we're doing is we're figuring out the run out, the distance the bullet's going to jump before it engages the riflings. And you start to get that really fine-tuned, and you'll really see your accuracy start to go up. But basically that's it. 50 cal. For reference, once again, there's a 5.56 and the 50. Funner than crap to shoot. I highly recommend you go get one. You'll just have a ball at the range. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope that some of this was educational. Go get a 50. It's funner than crap.